this would sound like pure heresy a few years ago, and now it doesn't. And I'm afraid that the SEC championship game is going to have the same feel of the SEC basketball tournament. I hope that I'm wrong. I pray that I'm wrong. But here we go. Chattanooga Mortgage, congratulations. Your home search just got easier. Buying a home in Chattanooga has never been easier, and they'll help clean up your credit as well. Chatmortgage.com. Again, chatmortgage.com. So, Caleb, right now, the two teams that would be in the SEC championship game are LSU and Texas A&M. Now, it's probably not going to shake out that way, but A&M's schedule is pretty favorable, so we'll see. You think that Tennessee is better off avoiding the SEC championship game like the plague? Why?
Yes, because the College Football Playoff Selection Committee has not made it clear that they are not going to factor in that as another loss on your resume when you play in the conference title. I think with the way the SEC is going, the team that goes and plays in the title game, there will be one team. The team that loses the SEC title game will have 3 losses on their resume. They will. And they will have played an extra game trying to win that game. So your choice is try to win a game you may not win and risk injury, or lose that game and have 3 losses when you could have 3 losses either, or just don't go and have 2 losses. And I'm telling you, if you're Tennessee, you want to do everything you can to not go play in that title game.
Okay, here's the issue I have with what you're saying, is you're assuming that Tennessee is going to be better having taken a week off. And generally in football, that is the case, right? It's better to get a rest. It's better to get a bye this week, especially when you're coming off a big victory. But there's also something to be said for playing in the zone. And I'll offer this as well, Caleb, that I don't know that Tennessee's going to win a national championship this year. I think the ultimate hurdle right now is still Georgia. Despite what happened with Alabama and despite what they're doing at Oregon, I respect what Dan Lanning's doing in Oregon, but ultimately he's probably going to have to face 2 very physical teams, one likely from the SEC, possibly 2. So if Tennessee can't beat Georgia and they can somehow go to the SEC championship game and win, then you win a championship, right?
Correct.
I mean, you win a championship. Now, if you go to the college football playoff, maybe that's a successful season, but you have no guarantee that you're winning any sort of hardware. Whereas if you go to the SEC championship game, the 2024 season, and you won an SEC title, despite what may happen in the college football playoff, and this may be antiquated in 3 or 4 years, I'll give you that. But as of right now, it would be viewed as a major step in the right direction and a major achievement by Josh Heupel. You can't argue that.
No, I can't. But, I mean, at the same time, if they win the SEC championship, they're going to the college football playoff. They're a lock to go into that.
Right, but they're not a lock to win it.
No, but what I'm saying is I'd rather – let me ask you this. Would you rather win the SEC? And actually, General Ursus just popped this question up. Would you rather see Tennessee go 11-1 and win the SEC title and lose in the first round, or go 10-2, no SEC title, and make it to the Final Four?
I would rather see them have a piece of hardware up there.
Yeah, no, wrong. Not in this era of college football. And the reason you're wrong is because...
Well, you're reading the hypothetical you're giving me. In the hypothetical, I would still have an opportunity to win a championship.
I know that, but I'm saying in the hypothetical... Win the SEC. Okay, how about this? Win the SEC, get bounced out in the first round of the playoff. Don't win the SEC, and you're guaranteed to make the Final Four, and then you can see what happens.
No, I'm not good. Listen, if you're asking me what's more important, an SEC championship or the Final Four of college football and the college football playoff, I'm taking an SEC championship. And I'll even say that, Caleb, if you want to say that you have a chance in the Final Four, that Tennessee could still win it. Not that it's an either or. You get bounced in the Final Four, or you win
That's
an SEC
insane.
championship.
That is insane. The SEC championship is not comparable to a national title anymore. Not comparable to competing for a national title anymore. It is an irrelevant trophy because of what the commissioner of the SEC decided to do, which is to, the commissioner of the SEC decided to expand the playoff to a certain degree because he was one of the biggest proponents of this and create this 12-team playoff in this format that rendered the SEC, that took away the incentive for the SEC title. I'm sorry, this random hardware doesn't matter. Let me ask you, Dave, have you ever cared about a college basketball team winning their conference tournament championship? Oh my gosh! They get to hang a banner because they won the conference tournament. They won 4 games in 4 days.
Now,
it's just so inspiring.
It's not completely analogous. That would be the same thing as an SEC team winning the regular season. It's more it's more comparable to that than just winning that one game, right?
Who cares if they win the regular season? There's 68 teams in the NCAA tournament. Just go. I mean, I'm sorry. This is the problem. Y'all wanted this expanded playoff, this grand experiment where all the qualified SEC teams get in. And then you want to come at me and be like, but the SEC championship game is still important. No, wrong. You guys rendered this irrelevant with your want of a bunch of at-large teams going to the college football playoff. I say, don't even try to go to the SEC title. And Russ Tastic says, Caleb, calm down. Your generation doesn't care about tradition. Russ Tastic, the SEC championship is only as old as 1992. It ain't like this is something that goes back to the 50s, okay? So,
well, but winning the SEC goes back to the 30s.
Yes, that's Tennessee has a national title without an SEC title. Do you think Tennessee prefers the 1950 season or the 1956 season? 1956, they won the SEC title. 1950, they finished second to Kentucky for the SEC title, but they claim a national title. What season's greater in Tennessee history, Dave?
Let me give that some thought. I'll tell you what.
No, that's crazy. There's no thought to that. The 1950 season is better. All right, y'all want to come at me about tradition when I've forgotten more about SEC football history than anybody y'all have ever met has known, okay? Or has learned, because I am a connoisseur of SEC football history. And I'm telling you right now, what about this? I'll give you another one real quick before we go further. Nick Saban has two national titles without an SEC title, 2011 and 2017. Does he prefer those seasons, or does he prefer the 2014 and 2016 seasons where he won the SEC title and not the national title?
I think they're comparable.
You're insane. No, they're not. No, they're not. Get out of here, Dave.
Work Truck's all about trucks that are actually available, trucks that help you maximize your profits by having the right work vehicle now. Time is money. The perfect work vehicle doesn't break down, has all the space to carry what you need. That's what Work Trucks is intent on offering, while other dealerships just can't do it. Contracting is about time. Work Trucks saves you time with less back and forth trips and trucks that pass the highest standards to be put to work. The process is also quick and easy when choosing a vehicle for work trucks, cargo vans, utility body trucks with an app pod, work bodies installed, pickup trucks of all sizes, and anything special like cranes or dump trucks. Work Trucks supplies vehicles to people just like you and get you back on the road, no dealership runaround. If you're a contractor, you need to know Work Trucks, and that's a fact. Service industry, remember Work Trucks. Work Trucks carries the trucks that your business has to have. You need Work Trucks, Clinton Highway in Knoxville and in downtown Birmingham. For the entire inventory, go online. You can see it right there, worktrucksllc.com with an X, worktrucksllc.com. Find the perfect truck, outfit it, make sure it fits your needs to a T. Work Trucks with an X, llc.com. Proud supporters of the Tennessee Vols. That'll lead us to this topic, 4 downs, and it's brought to you by our good friend Medicare Misty.
4 downs. 4 questions. 4 answers. The Dave Hooker Show.
4
downs. A presentation of offthehooksports.com.
Okay, got a series of questions for you on the message board and also for Caleb Calhoun as we'll get rolling right now. Caleb's all about just chucking history into the Tennessee River, which is disappointing, but That's Caleb. He's forward thinking. He surprises us a lot. So
Cooper Mays here. Hit like and subscribe.
All right. What down is it, Coop?
Coop here. First down.
You say that you would rather get bounced out of the Final Four than win an SEC championship. Is that correct?
I'd say I'd rather be guaranteed a spot in the Final Four than win an SEC championship and then see what happens.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. If I told you that they were mutually exclusive, you could only have one or the other, you in the season getting bounced out in the round of 4, or you win an SEC title, which would you prefer?
So it's guaranteed that I get bounced out in the 4.
Guaranteed. Something happens. Nico throws 5 interceptions, whatever. Yeah, you're out.
Yeah, I'd still rather go to the Final Four. The stage of the college football playoff in the Final Four would do so much more for recruiting.
Okay, well, I think I know where you're going to be on this then.
Cooper Mays here. Second down.
National championship game. So you're
national championship game.
Okay.
I'm taking national. Yeah, put me in the national championship game. We're winning the SEC.
I'll be honest with you, and I don't like admitting I'm wrong, especially on some of your crazy takes. But you've almost got me on this one. Okay, you almost got me on the national championship game because that is an elite stage. I mean, the world stops to watch that game. So I don't know that I can really argue with you there. All right, how about this?
All SEC center Cooper Mays here. Fourth down.
All right.
Wait, this is only third down. We've only had 3.
Right.
Tennessee center Cooper Mays here. Third down.
All right. Winning an SEC championship means more than any other conference title and should be considered that way. Yes or no?
It did until this year, but no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't anymore. As a matter of fact, the ACC, Big 12, and Group of 5 conference championships are more valuable than the SEC championship because those 3 may not have at-large bids. So the SEC championship has now fallen to barely middle of the pack, almost one of the least important conference title games. Sorry.
Okay, I would argue this, and it actually supports your argument. The only other one is the Big 10. I mean, I've covered all of those conferences except for what the Pac-12 used to be. So there is an awful lot of pride there. You would hang a banner up over the Big 10 championship. If you want to hang a banner up for the ACC championship, you can, but who cares? All right.
All SEC center Cooper Mays here. Fourth down.
All right. Losing the SEC championship is a guarantee that you're not going to win a national championship. You're going to have a lower seed, and your confidence is going to get dinged.
It is actually a potential, either losing it or not going is a potential increase that you're not going to go to the national championship, and I will tell you why. Dave, let me ask you this. Just throw this question out. Because we have the first round bias. Say you lose the SEC title and you're the 5 seed. You get to play the Group of 5 champion in the first round, which at home, which is going to be Boise State, Army, or Navy, or somebody like that. You get to play them at home. Then the next week, you get to play the lowest rated Power 4 conference champion, which is not going to even be a top 15 team. Would you rather do that? Or would you rather have to beat a Georgia in the SEC title, get the first round bye, and then have to beat maybe the 3rd best SEC team in your first game after the bye? I'll take the former. It's like, would you rather have to beat Georgia and LSU to get to the Final Four? Or would you rather have to beat Boise State and Iowa State to get to the Final Four?
Okay. Let me ask you this. What do you think, now that we have 7 games under our belt, is the most likely scenario, brought to you by Medicare Misty?
I've been in business actually 19 years this year. I've been in the community since 1993. You're getting a lot of information. Unlike when you were working, they made the choice for you. Now you have to make the choice. Come to us and let us help you make it easy. Call Medicare Misty, MedicareMisty.com, or 423-777-5577. Let us help them sleep at night.
And we call her Medicare Misty.
Here's my most likely scenario. I don't think Tennessee makes the SEC championship game, which is fine because the way you pointed it out. And I mean, I do agree with you, but I think winning the SEC championship is maybe more, in my opinion, a stronger thing than you. But still, if you miss the game, all is not lost, right? It's not like you're going to the Citrus Bowl. So I think the way this plays out, based off what I've seen, not only from Tennessee, but moving forward, is that Tennessee doesn't make the SEC championship game, host a first round game in Neyland Stadium, wins that game. So that would put them into what? The round of 8, right?
Yeah.
Because of the 12. I don't know why they just didn't go ahead and make it 16. But anyway.
By the way, also, I'd be willing to bet the home team gets to collect all that money from that playoff game. That's probably a huge boost within the age of NIL.
Yeah, no, probably. You're probably right. I would, and then I would argue they win one more game. So right now, I believe, based off what I have seen, that Tennessee will make the Final Four, will not play for the SEC championship. If you laid everything out in front of me and said, Dave, you had to put a mortgage payment on one of these, that's what I think it'll be, because I think Tennessee's going to be really tough to beat at home. I think they're a mature team that will play well on the road in a bowl game. That's not really on the road. They'll travel well. And then I think it'll come to, I don't think Tennessee is the very best team in the nation. They might grow into that, but I don't think they're the very best team in the nation right now.
Yes, I could see that. But now you are making the point that if they're going to become the best team in the nation, though, they need to. It's more important to go further in the playoff than it is to win the SEC. I'm going to go here. Bragging about winning the SEC championship going forward is going to be similar to the accomplishments Butch Jones bragged about at Tennessee when he said, we've won 3 straight bowl games, or last year when he was at Arkansas State and wore a bowl-bound t-shirt because they got to 6-6. That is what bragging about winning the SEC championship is going to be going forward. You're going to look like Butch Jones.
Well,
so if you guys want to look like Butch Jones, do it.
To your point, Butch Jones afterwards said to a reporter when he was on Alabama staff, a Tennessee reporter said, we had things going pretty good here. We were winning 9 games. Y'all aren't happy with that now. I mean, he thought that was good enough. It's not. I tell you what's good enough.
It's basically the new life championship.